Hello, beautiful friends. Thank you for being here. I just wanted to pop in with a quick reminder that your ascension, you showing up, choosing to show up and be the best version of yourself every single day, is about you, but it's not just about you. It actually is also about all of humanity. Because you, again, choosing to push past your comfort zone, because I know it's not easy. It's something we're all being asked to do again and again and again in our own way. Being asked to push past your comfort zone, and share, for example, to really use your voice. Stop feeding into the doubts or into the excuses, into whatever it is. Start really showing up how you feel like your soul wants you to show up more and more. Again, apply this to whatever it is in your life. It's not just about you. It's literally, that's how you assist all of humanity. And again, I'm not saying this to make you feel like guilty or pressure. I'm saying this as a motivating reminder that that's how important and significant you are. That's how important and significant we all are, because we all have a role to play and we all have a choice to make of more and more. Do you want to keep playing small and feeding into the doubt, into the unworthiness, into the excuses of like, oh, well, I don't want to be seen, or, I don't want people to look at me or judge me, or maybe I'll fail, maybe I won't be successful, or like all of these excuses, all of these voices, I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm not ready enough, that will literally just keep you back for so long. And it's such a trap, because it's like, that's again that codependent mentality where it's like, well, I'm a victim, well, it's not my fault, I'm not good enough, so I can't do it. Well, in a way, and again, I'm just saying this to activate, it's not about feeling guilty about it at all. That's the complete opposite of what I'm saying. Don't feel guilty about it. This is about activating you, because we need you. Choosing to stay in that vibration is actually selfish. It's kind of like, we live in duality, and maybe one side of the pillar of the extreme is being greedy and, wanting to do something just for the money or just for the glory or just for, materialistic reasons. Well, then I feel like the other side of the spectrum of that would be wanting to, not wanting to do it because you just don't want to be seen, because it's like you're kind of in this, like, it's like self-pity and like self-loathing. And I'm saying this because, that's my pattern that I'm continually having to choose to pull myself out of, because it's selfish. Ultimately, it's selfish because you're holding back your truth, your gifts, your expressions from the world. And frankly, we need you. Humanity needs you, especially, the ones that are quiet, I feel like. I feel like those are the voices that people need the most, because your choice to overcome those barriers, that resistance, those doubts, those fears, those excuses, those lies, to overcome that's your highest timeline for yourself and for humanity, because that's the timeline where you're going to be creating ripples of empowerment for not just you, but everyone around you and everybody who witnesses you. Think about it that way. Start thinking about it that way. Stop holding back. Whoever needs to hear this, just a reminder, it's not just about you. It's really, really not. It's not just about you feeling, oh, well, I'm not good enough. Like, I don't want to share my gifts and opinions because people might judge me. Who cares? Who cares? We need you. It's not about this materialism. It's not about this stuff anymore. It's not about being, accepted or liked by like the old paradigm, because the old paradigm is dying and we need help building the new paradigm. And one of the biggest things we need is people's voices and people's gifts, because we all have a voice. Whether you choose to make videos like this, or if you have, you know what to do because your soul is asking you to do it. I don't know why, but I feel like this year especially, this is a huge important thing for a lot of people, because this is just where we're at. We need you, wherever you are, whatever, because nobody is like you. Nobody has your experiences. Nobody has, listen, I know how it is, because I feel like I'm this is specifically for a certain group of people that have that self-doubt and self-loathing. And it's such a trap. Ask yourself, where are those voices coming from? Coming from your ego, coming from your doubt, coming from, honestly, like negative forces that don't want you to come out. And they don't want you to come out because it's opposing their agenda of enslaving humanity, okay? It's not the truth. Like, what does God want? What is God asking you to do? Because when you call upon God, when you call upon the forces of love and light, your higher self, every day, you can be a vessel for God. You can be a vessel for love and light. Is that not why we're here and what we're trying to do? Especially if you're, listening to this. And to do that is to be brave. Why am I here? I don't like to be in the spotlight. I'm a very shy person by nature. I don't like to be in the spotlight. It's not about me. It's not about me. It's literally not about me at all. It's about humanity, really, ultimately. You know what I mean? Another thing I'll add on that is, I feel like a lot of times when we first awaken, and we kind of go throughout this in our lives, it is a balance. But when we first awaken, it's so shocking. We see, what's happened to humanity, and it's very, it's shocking. It's sad. It's, it's insane. And a lot of times our first reaction is to try to go ahead and change the world, or try to change people, or tell people what's going on. And it's usually not received well. And then we realize, oh, I need to focus on myself first. And then so we go on that journey, because you have to, that's how you change the world, is you change yourself. And then, it comes a point when you really start to understand and embody that is how you change the world, is you change yourself. It's not about trying to go out and force people to do stuff and to understand you. It's about being who you are fully in your light and being an example, and sharing and reflecting and teaching with those who do want to listen, who do understand you. So it's like being like Jesus. It's like being like Mary Magdalene. That's the ascended masquerade. So I think a lot of people are coming to that point, because it's not about necessarily being perfect, but you reach a point where it's like when you understand that and you really start to embody that and honor that, and you always, again, you always have to start with yourself first. That's how everything works. It's not about trying to go out and change people. But there comes a point when, okay, you understand that. It's time to serve. It's time to show up and serve by being who you are fully, by being your light unapologetically, by pushing past your comfort zone. Because if you're one of these people that I'm talking about, like myself, you don't want to be in a spotlight. It's scary, but you know what? It's not about that. It's not about you. You know what I mean? Think about all the amazing, for example, musicians that, offered music to the world that changed the world. Imagine if they would have just kept that to themselves because they were too scared what would people think. Or anyone for that matter, any benevolently influential figures, if they would have just been kept back by all the discouragement and doubt and fear. And again, a lot of it, ultimately, it's the whether it's these thoughts, it's usually these thoughts. Honestly, at this point, it's really our own thoughts, and it's just honestly negative thinking that's like, you don't need to listen to it. It's trying to hold you back. It's trying to keep you in the matrix. And again, it's not just keeping you in the matrix by not using your voice, because that's your highest potential, is to start using your voice and your power and your gifts. Again, however that applies in your life, you know what you're supposed to, you know what your calling is. The more you follow this path, It's not just holding you back, it's holding back all the people that you're supposed to be affecting. Because that's why we're here. We're all here to assist each other. Ultimately, we need each other. It's not just, no one's going to do this alone. It's not one person is going to go out and be the hero. It's many of us are going to rise up together. So we need you. If you're feeling the call to come forward with something and you're not coming forward with it because of your fear, that's being selfish. It's because it's not just about you. You're hurting yourself, and you're also holding back from influencing, who knows how many timelines you influence when you come forward with your love. Because even if you just help one person, that person may go on to help thousands of people. But usually it's going to be more than one person, especially if you're following your heart. And again, really so important. I'm not saying this at all to make people feel guilty, like, oh, because listen, it's literally the opposite of that. It's not about being in this guilt and this self-loathing, like, oh, I can't do it, I'm not good enough, oh, I should be doing it, but I'm not doing it, like, wow, I'm so horrible. Like, come on. No. That is exactly what I'm talking about. Do what you need to do to sort that out and heal that, and stop giving in and submitting to it. Stop submitting to the doubt. It's literally that, submitting to that doubt, again, that's all I'm trying to say. It's not only about you, it's about others. And again, I'm framing that, again, not to make people feel guilty, but because it's a blunt truth that is activating. And when we hear it, I feel like you realize, you see it in a new light. Because that, again, that's the trick with like the codependent unworthiness thing, is it feels so safe. It feels like you're not hurting anyone, you know what I mean? Because you're the victim, you know, it's like, well, it's not my fault, I'm not good enough, I can't do it, you know, listen to those doubts, oh, you're right, yeah, I can't do it, I'm not good enough, who's gonna listen to me? It's so tricky. It's so tricky, but that's really, you know, that's really how I've come to see it. So I hope that's clear. I hope that makes sense. It's, again, it's not about making you feel guilty. It's literally, come on, we got to get past that. It's the opposite of that. It's to activate you, to see how silly those thoughts are. They're not valid. You know, we need you. You are so important and valuable. Literally, we need you. It doesn't matter where you are, because it takes, as they say, it takes a village. It takes people of all kinds. It doesn't matter, you know, it's like we need different kinds of people coming forward with their love and their truth and their life. So important. Again, just think about how it affects all of humanity. And that's really why, you know, a big reason of why we're here. Not to play small, you know. Remember the big picture. Let's see if there's anything else. Yeah. So all of my love to you guys. You know, I'll see you tomorrow for the moon day. So grateful. Just sending you so much love, so much gratitude. Truly so proud of all of you. I know that, you know, there's just so much growth, so much expansion happening. And it's very exciting. I can feel the momentum. And so, yeah, let's keep going. You know, like I'm going to keep saying that. Like, no more doubt. You know, don't submit to the doubt. All right. Love to you all. Talk to you soon.